Orb Projection. Invisible Woman's Orb Projection is her primary fire. You get 10 shots, and it reloads quickly. These orbs do damage and can also heal allies. What makes them special is they return to Sue after being fired. You can slightly speed up reload by canceling the reload animation with a melee attack or another ability. But the timing's tight, and it doesn't really save much time. The orbs pierce through unlimited targets, so use your movement and strafing to line up multiple enemies or allies in a row to hit as many as you can. Guardian Shield. Guardian Shield is Invisible Woman's secondary fire. It summons a barrier that protects allies and gives off a healing aura for Sue and anyone nearby. The barrier doesn't regenerate while it's up, but if you retract it early, default key F, it will start healing itself at 50 HP per second. If the barrier breaks, you must wait 6 seconds before you can cast it again. The cooldown only starts after the barrier is broken or retracted. Knowing when to place and pull back your barrier is key to keeping your team topped off and the shield alive longer, making it great for both offense and defense. Agile Strike. Agile Strike kicks in after Invisible Woman's third melee hit, letting her shove enemies and mess up their position. What's cool is you can slip in a melee right after her primary fire. The melee cancels the end of the orb animation for a big burst of damage. You can level this up by mixing in Force Physics and Psionic Vortex. Here's a tighter combo. Tap melee twice. Doesn't have enemy to hit. Get in close and use Force Physics to pull the enemy toward you. Land your third. Melee to shove them into your team's range. Practice this, and Invisible Woman becomes a seriously scary threat in any fight. Veiled Step. Veiled Step is Invisible Woman's mobility move. It lets Sue quickly jump back to escape flankers like Black Panther or Spider-Man. As soon as you use it, you also go invisible thanks to her passive. You can also use Veiled Step to get a bit of extra height and reach low ledges, though it won't take you super high. Always save it for defense. Dodge ground slams, rushes, and area attacks by timing your Veiled Step. Psionic Vortex. Psionic Vortex launches a projectile that, on impact, creates a field pulling enemies in, slowing them, and dealing continuous damage. You can make it pop early by pressing the button again after firing. The slow only happens near the vortex's center. If it catches a flying enemy, they drop to the ground and can't fly back up until they leave the field. Psionic Vortex is mainly for setting up combos, grabbing enemies into range for your team's follow-up attacks. Use it to trap foes or mess with their position and boost your team's damage. Force Physics. Force Physics is Invisible Woman's crowd control tool that lets you push or pull enemies using the map. It's great for messing up front lines or finishing off flying targets. Pull. Drag enemies off high ground or keep them inside your Psionic Vortex, so they keep taking damage. Push. Knock flankers away from you, or send foes off the map on stages with fall damage. This ability is all about timing. Against melee teams, save Force Physics to boop anyone who gets too close. Don't waste it on random knocks. Hold it until you see an enemy overextended, then pull them into your team for an easy pick. Covert Advance. Covert Advance is Invisible Woman's go-to for stealth. It makes Sue invisible and heals her, kicking in automatically after 5 seconds of not using abilities. Veiled Step doesn't count. Invisibility drops if Sue fires her primary attack, uses any other ability besides Veiled Step, or gets hit. This lets you play mind games, vanish to dodge attention, then reappear for surprise attacks or easy escapes. Nail Covert Advance, and you'll keep enemies guessing. Control the flow of fights, and stay out of sight when you need to. Invisible Boundary. Invisible Boundary is Invisible Woman's ultimate. It drops a big force field that makes all allies inside completely invisible to enemies. Inside the field, allies get 165 HP per second. Enemies who walk through the field are slowed by 55% and turn invisible to their own teammates outside the field. Only brief afterimages show where they went. This ult is perfect for shutting down big enemy ultimates, like Star-Lord's Galactic Barrage. He can't lock on. Or Hawkeye's Hunter's Sight. His targets vanish inside. Use Invisible Boundary to control points, heal your team, and turn the tide of fights. Fantasti-Force. When teaming up with Mr. Fantastic, Sue Storm grants him the Fantasti-Force ability. It's an extra shield that boosts his survivability, getting stronger over time. The best way to use it is for Mr. Fantastic to activate it before using his Reflexive Rubber ability. Overall, it's a solid team-up ability, but it's not a game-changer. Neither Mr. Fantastic nor Invisible Woman loses much power if you don't have synergy. Overview. Sue Storm is all about seamlessly moving around the battlefield, whether it's shifting her force field between allies or disappearing and reappearing in a blink. To truly shine as Invisible Woman, you need to know how to make the most of her abilities and make smart decisions in every match. Here are some tips to up your game. Engage with Covert Advance. Use this ability to go invisible and heal while repositioning or avoiding danger. It's perfect for escaping or catching enemies off guard. Save it for those moments when you need to make a quick getaway or sneak past opponents. Combo with Psionic Vortex. Use Psionic Vortex to trap enemies in the vortex, dealing consistent damage. It's great for locking enemies down and giving your team the chance to follow up with strong attacks. Time Force physics perfectly. The pull ability can disrupt enemy front lines or set up kills, while the push can help you distance yourself from flankers or force enemies into your team's range. Use this ability wisely to control the battlefield. Maximize Guardian Shield. Place the shield at the right moments to keep your allies safe and healed during team fights. It's perfect for stalling objectives or protecting your team when they need it most. Master Invisible Boundary. Timing is key with this ultimate. Use it to grant stealth, heal your team, and slow enemies at the right moments. This gives your team a huge advantage, letting them stay alive longer and control objectives or stall the enemy. Play with Invisible Woman. If she's on your team, make the most of her abilities to disrupt the enemy and provide healing. Pairing with heroes like Mr. Fantastic for their team-up synergy, or Punisher, who can deal a lot of damage with the added protection from Guardian Shield, will really boost your team's performance. By mastering these abilities and timing your actions right, you'll be able to turn the tide of battle and become a crucial part of your team's victory.
I bet you can click on the next video before the time runs out. 3, 2, 1. You lose.